Hello and welcome to your Digital Workplace Assessment Project Kickoff. I'm going to briefly let you know uh, what you can expect over the next few weeks as we work together to complete your Digital Workplace Assessment. So a little bit about what we're going to cover in this short video is a little bit more about myself and my team, how we're going to work through your Digital Workplace Assessment, and what our next steps will be after you watch this video. So a little bit more about us at All About Systems. I am Sandra Amer and I'm a digital workplace expert. I've been working in IT for well over 20 years now. I started off my career as working mostly with implementing HR and payroll systems for a number of large organizations. And I've been consulting for small businesses and nonprofits for about 10 years now as well. I am really passionate about helping people work smarter, and that's probably my HR IT background. I really like to help people work more efficiently together as a team using technology. So, in all of my career, I've been doing a lot of project management related work and a lot of projects that help people work smarter. I'm also involved with a couple nonprofits, and I'm really passionate about helping nonprofits use technology to operate more efficiently as well. A little bit about my team. Tiffany is my virtual admin assistant, and she's based out of the Philippines. You may occasionally get an email from her, or she may reach out to you to follow up on something. And she helps me with all of my admin tasks and basically keeping my projects on task. Someone else you may or may not work with as part of this project. Sometimes I reach out to Shondell to help me with some of my bigger projects, or if I'm busy or if I need her expertise on something, she will step in and she may help with gathering some of the requirements or understanding your current state, or helping me prepare some documentation as well. So she's been a great partner in helping me with these digital workplace assessments. A little bit more about All About Systems. I've been, as I mentioned, I've been consulting with smaller businesses and nonprofits for over 10 years now, and my mission is really to help empower entrepreneurs and nonprofits to reach their own goals in creating efficient digital workplaces. And I do this through projects like this one, creating digital workplace assessments to help provide better recommendations on how each organization can use technology to work more efficiently. I do a lot of work with other associations and larger businesses as well to provide user training on a variety of topics: Google Workspace, Microsoft, Zoho One. I do a lot of work with project management as well. I've been training some mentees, and I've been mentoring some other people. I've been working with some administrative associations as well to do project management consulting, as well as some municipalities to help train their team on project management initiatives as well. And I've been doing many webinars and workshops and speaking engagements for companies of all sizes as well. So how are we going to work through this digital workplace assessment? Let's start with setting some expectations. So communication will typically happen over email. I do try to respond as quickly as possible. As I mentioned, I am working full-time currently, so these projects I do for All About Systems are something on the side. So if you don't get a response from me right away, if it is urgent, please let me know because I will respond. I do see all my emails. I just don't always get to respond right away. But I do tend to respond within a couple days. So just so you're aware, I'm not ghosting you or not responding. I just have to prioritize my time in order to provide value to everybody I'm working with. As far as timelines go for the project, most digital workplace assessments can usually be completed within about a month. Again, it kind of depends on your business and how quickly I get the information to look at. I do want to give it enough time to review everything that you're currently using so that I can provide the best recommendations. So I do ask for a little bit of flexibility there so that I can give it the dedication it requires. If there are any timelines or things that are coming up in the near future that you're aware of that you think might impact our project, please be sure to let me know as well. As far as access and confidentiality goes, as part of this process, I will require usually access to your existing systems. So if you do need to provide me access, I do typically require administrative access so that I can see all the configurations, in the back end. If you're able to set me up with my own user ID, that's with my IT hat on, that's what I typically recommend, because once the project's complete, you can just delete that user account and I won't be able to access it anymore. If you're not able to create a separate user account, then I would recommend that you um, change your existing password, provide me with that information, and when the project's complete, please be sure to change that password back to something else. Okay, moving along. So part of this whole digital workplace assessment, we're going to go through a few steps, and I'll go through these in a little bit more detail. So first, we're going to really try to get to know your business. So we may require you to walk us through some of this information, or you can provide us links to information. We may already intuitively know some of this, but we will require quite a bit of your time in order to provide us as much as you can. So the more information we can get from you, the better our recommendations can be. So we may require demos of your current systems, or we may go ahead and play with them or look online and get information that way. If you have any existing documentation or SOPs, that is extremely helpful as well. We'll be reviewing your configurations, and then if there are any specific members of your team who have maybe specific knowledge that would be beneficial to us understanding your current operations, we can have meetings with them as well. So once we have all that information, we'll be creating a document that will help us make sure that we've understood everything we've gathered so that we can have a complete list of your systems and what they're being used for. And if we need to create any, we may create some diagrams and other artifacts in order to make sure we've understood everything. And we will review all that with you as well to make sure we're all on the same page before we start looking at the recommendations that we're going to make. And part of that kind of current state document that we will put together to kind of get you to approve, we will also be looking to identify what your key goals and requirements are for the future state. And that's going to vary depending on what you're looking for. But being able to understand what those key goals and what you value most for your future state will help us provide more relevant and better recommendations. So we'll take all that current state information that we put together, and our output will be a recommendation report with some final solutions. We will provide as many options as we can without overwhelming you, and we will do our best to give you some pros and cons to evaluate all that information that we provide you as well, so that you can make educated decisions. And part of that final recommendation report will also be a final plan. So it will outline exactly, based on the recommendations we've made and where we think you should go, how you need to execute. So we may recommend that, implement this system first, or fine tune this process, or, do this training module and then do this. So we will kind of outline that for you based on all the recommendations so that you can get that final solution as well. Of course, all while keeping your budget in mind, which will be part of that goal setting. So as for next steps right now, we'll be booking a meeting with you to kind of review the intake form. So there's a button below here that you can click on and you can start filling out the intake form. The more information you can provide us ahead of time, the more efficient we can be on our call. If you don't have time to fill out this form, that's fine. Just take at least a look through it so that you have a sense of the types of questions and things we'll be asking and diving into on our initial call. Uh, any documentation that you have for SOPs or anything, if you're able to set up that system access, anything you want to start preparing, feel free. You can send it over to us or you can wait till we have our call. And then as we need, we'll schedule additional calls if we need further clarification. So next step for you is to fill out and review the form and book some time with me to have our initial call over the next week or two whenever you're ready. Thank you, and I am looking forward to working with you. And if you have any questions, you should already have it, but my email is sandra@allaboutsystems.ca, and I will be chatting with you soon. Thank you.